If they're looking so aggressive like that, I don't want to get involved on the buy. So it looks like the pounds are quite active today. So far, trade is performing quite nicely. Buyers continue to push further, and the candles are closing also fully green. And then from the 3 minutes, it's like all the currencies, they are very active. I think it might be time to book this trade. Hey guys, looks like we got a lot of activity coming here from the market today. The market beats is going quite active. I see that we're getting a lot of notifications from the app. So let me show you guys the currency, what currency specifically that is moving quite a lot. And I want to show you guys this information. So let me open here my market beats app so you guys can see what we got today. So about 3 hours ago, we got activity here coming from the 3 minutes time frame from pounds. Opening the 15 minutes, we got here also activity coming from the pounds, from euro as well. But I'm mostly focused now on the pounds. So let me explain you why. And then here on the 1 hour, we also got activity coming about 2 hours ago, also from the pounds. So it looks like the pounds are quite active today. When I saw the news, I also saw that we had news for the pounds. So it's also lining up with the news calendar, and the markets are looking quite active. So I decided to take a look out at the pounds to see, can I find a good setup for me to do today based on that activity that we are getting. Okay, so looking here at the pounds, you guys can see that we're having a lot of activity coming from different pairs. We got activity coming here from pound Aussie. I can see that pound is slightly strong right there. Pound New Zealand also slightly strong, and this strength actually didn't start just here. I can see that it started a little bit before that. Looks like we have some story here behind this move that it's coming. For pound yen, we have some activity, but it's not that much. Okay, keep that in mind. For pound Swiss, we are also, I can see we are also getting activity here and here and here. So doing a little bit my research and looking around, trying to understand the story, I found out that pound New Zealand looks quite good for me to buy. Let me show you why. So my analysis is coming mostly here from the higher time frames, because I want to also, everything that I do on the lower time frames, I want to make sure that the higher time frames, though those bigger guys, they're also saying you're good to go. So from the weekly, I can see that we have this uptrend, and after this pullback here came, the buyers, they looked quite aggressive and looks like they liked this price. And now we have just a pullback for those buyers to try again. And once again, I can see here on the weekly, it looks like they liked those prices. And the reaction from the sellers here, it's looking quite weak. It looks like the sellers, they're not actually so interested in those prices. So let me open up this here on the lower time frame to understand a little bit more the details of it. Here on the lower time frame, we can see we have those buyers here coming quite strong, and so far price is just holding. We can see the sellers tried from there, no success. They tried from there, no success. They even tried from here, but got very strongly rejected. So let's take a look at those details here on the lower time frame. On the 4 hours, I can see those were the sellers that they have tried once. They have tried another time. They're looking quite aggressive. If they're looking so aggressive like that, I don't want to get involved on the buy. I want to wait for those sellers to finish their turn. They tried, they got a pullback, they tried once again, and they failed. And we have volume coming from those areas, from those buyers as well. So this here looks just like a pullback for those guys to try once again. And that's when we got actually activity coming from the market beats. We got activity telling us here that looks like the buyers, they are also interested to continue to buy that. And we didn't get this only on pound New Zealand. We got this from the other pounds as well. So that's a good sign that the big boys are here. Now opening up this part here on the 1 hour, because I know this is just a pullback for those buyers to try again. Now that this pullback here came, the activity came exactly around those areas. And we can see this also, we had some up and downs move that was coming from the news. but most of the volume, it's coming from the buy side. And the story is also telling me that this is a buy. Now, I went just one more time to the 15 minutes just to keep track of if the sellers came quite aggressive. I just want to make sure that they are completely done, that they don't want to take price further down. And when I saw this reaction here from the buyer's price holding, and this breach here to the upside, that's when I decided to take a buy right there. I took a buy here, I put my stop loss here, and now I'm watching how is the performance of those buyers. So far, the buyers are looking good. They look like they are here. And let me see how far I can take this trade. My initial target is actually the previous higher high that we got here, but not only. If I see again activity coming from the pounds, market beats also telling me we're getting activity coming from the pounds. It's also going to give me more confidence to hold this trade longer, because I can see that the activity, it's not only coming from pound New Zealand specifically, it's coming also from the other pounds. So this is going to help me to understand, can I hold on this trade a little bit longer? So this is highly going to depend on the performance of those buyers. So I'm going to keep a very close track of how is the performance of the buyers, how active are the other pounds as well. So I'm going to see, can I take price until here, or am I going to be able to take it a little bit further than that? So let's see. I'll keep you guys updated on this one. So far, the trade is performing quite nicely, and we got very strong buyers coming, and those buyers are coming with volume as well. We had here New York opened around this time here for me, and after that, we also got news coming around this area here, which is 30 minutes after New York opens. And so far, buyers are looking strong and they have volume. And guess what? We also got activity coming from market beats. Let me show you guys. So let me open up here market beats on my phone. So we can see that we got 4 minutes ago, we had activity coming from the yens and from US dollars, because the news, they were related to US dollars. So it is expected that we're going to get activity coming from this currency specifically. And then from the 3 minutes, it's like all the currencies, they are very active, including the pounds, they're right there. Let me see now the 15 minutes and the 1 hour. Well, for the 1 hour, the activity that we got from the pounds remains there. And we can see market is very active at the moment. So I'm going to keep track of the performance of those buyers going forward, and I will keep you guys updated. So far, trade is performing quite nicely. Buyers continue to push further, and the candles are closing also fully green. So far, I have no reason to close my trade. However, New York opens, New York Stock Exchange is about to open. Actually, it just opened, and we are around an area where I have to be a little bit careful. So I moved my stop loss a bit higher, and I scale out some money around this area. I'm observing now if the market base is going to go active again, what kind of activity we get coming from the pounds and from New Zealand as well, because I have to keep track of both currency. Trade is looking very good so far. Today is already the next day, and I see that the buyers, they continue to go higher, which is good. However, because we're not getting so much activity coming from the pounds, I started to feel a little bit worried. The notifications from market beats started to slow down. We got some activity coming from the 3 minutes. I'm going to show you guys soon, but it is telling me that the pounds are not that strong anymore. So this is already making me think, I think it might be time to book this trade and maybe look for another pullback to get in on this trade later on. The trade continued to perform quite nicely, but I'm coming already to the end of the day and the end of the week. Today it's Friday, and New York, it's about to close in a few hours, so I'm going to book my profits and maybe look for another entry next week. Market beats is also looking like it's getting a little bit more quiet. It's been some time that I don't see activity coming from the market, so this is already telling me looks like the big boy might start to book their profits as well, and then I can look for another trade, with more profits. So let me show you guys what I see here on my market beats. So let me open up here the market beats for you to take a look at it. So about 4 hours ago, we got activity coming from the 3 minutes. And this was because we had news around that time, which caused many currencies to be active. And 4 hours ago, that's when we got activity coming from the 15 minutes as well. And finally, from the 1 hour, the activity came from yesterday. This is the activity that came from the pound pairs and the moment when I took my entry as well. So overall, it looks like the markets are getting a little bit more quiet. And for this reason, it's a good idea to book my profits. And yeah, that's how I use market beats for my trades. I find it quite helpful to identify, to spot where is the activity coming from, where is the big boy putting his money, where is the big boy putting his attention. And I find also those bears quite sweet. So that's a very nice plus to the app.